There are several consequences of the economic crisis. This crisis has affected our economy as a whole, including GDP, as well as the economy of other nations, unemployment, and the housing market. This Pecha Kucha focuses on the consequences of the economic crisis and is created by me, Karishma. Credit cards. GDP is the amount of total goods purchased in a country. If the economy is at a good state of GDP, the supply and demand curves are equivalent, which results in producers producing and consumers purchasing goods. The issue in the United States is that a majority of these goods are purchased with none other than credit cards. Anywhere you go, whether it be a grocery store or a restaurant with your friends, the majority of people pay with credit cards. It has become less common to pay with cash on hand. According to the Federal Reserve, the debt has accumulated to $2.45 trillion. This accumulated credit has created an artificial GDP for the nation, which leads to a domino effect, eventually leading to unemployment. One of the main consequences of the economic crisis is the effect of the unemployment claims. This leads to many people filing for unemployment compensation. There are pros and cons to this. A pro to this is that people that are unemployed have money to survive. A con is that there are going to be people that file for unemployment as a source of income. President Obama passed an extension of the unemployment bill. This bill cost $33 billion. The minimum wage rate is so near to the unemployment compensation that it gives people looking for work the incentive to not work and just file for compensation. The unemployment compensation that one receives depends on the amount that the person earned while working. Eligibility of the compensation varies from state to state. Real estate. From the 1990s to 2000, the real estate sector of the economy was significantly well off. The real estate rate had risen by 124%. After 2000, the following areas caused banking companies severe losses: reckless lending, refinancing, second mortgages, and unnecessary price appraisals. The amount of foreclosures increased and the property value declined. This led to homeowners owning more than what their property was worth. Banks and other financial institutions started filing for bankruptcy. Companies that were associated with the banks also had to increase in layoffs. The issue is referred today as the subprime mortgage crisis. This also added to the amount of unemployed persons in the economy, increasing the unemployment rate. The increase in unemployment rate does not only affect the United States and our GDP as a whole, but also the GNP and the economies of other nations. The United States provides one of the largest cash flows in the world. Now that we are at an economic slump, people have been saving their money rather than spending it. This affects trade deficits as well as the GDP of other nations, causing their economic statuses to decline as well. The cost of oil is an important factor on the cost of moving goods around the world. As the amount of the US dollar declines, the cost of obtaining oil is higher. This causes a ripple effect around the world. All in all, the consequences of the economic crisis create a domino effect. One event leading to another, leaving all the pieces on the ground. The videos below expand on the topics discussed in this Pecha Kucha. Now we are left to pick up the pieces and start a new game. Our economy can only progress if the people are willing to.